First of all, good afternoon, everyone. With me, I brought Jake Parker, Devin Simmons, Antoine Richardson, and Caden Brown. Four seniors that have been in the program, just kind of dedicated to everything that we have going on. Looking forward to, I don't know what year this is for me, I think 18. Somebody asked me in the breakout room, how's my community, or how's my support as a staff? I said, you don't stay somewhere more than 15 years or more than 3 years in today's time if you don't have great support. So I'm grateful for just being on East End of Henrico County, putting the time in, working, and putting out a good product this year.
Fellas, question for all four of y'all. This has been one of the best programs in the state for a long time now under Coach Johnson. Question simple, why is that? How do y'all define the culture that he sets at Highland Springs, and how y'all continue to be a winning program and a championship contending program year in and year out?
Well, I feel like he's aware about their accountable for their actions. He makes sure everybody going to practice prepared. Sometimes he be hard on us, but it is what it is to make us better players. So gotta be able to be coachable and take it on the chin.
For me, it's the bond that we have on and off the field, and we also do all of the little things in the weight room, on the field. We try to do everything that's possible to help us be a better team. You know?
I'd say competition. We've always been competing teams in state, out of state. We've always been playing big time teams. That's how we get better as a team.
I think us, working from Big Six all the way until now, I think that's a big part of why we are what we are now.
Coach, same question I had for Coach Mills. You've been with Highland Springs a number of years now. How does this team differ from the previous teams? Anything you can identify early on?
Not this early. I think you catch 3, 4, 5, I can give you a little bit better answer. I mean, you see some of the same things, right? Some of the same names are coming through, even though it's different people from different households. Like, the names are the same. So you've been coaching that long, you get the same cycle of names coming through or body types coming through. You want to compare. But we know comparison is the thief of all joy. So I'm not trying to compare this team to any other team. I just want this team to be what it is. We have some different tools in different places that put us in a different position. It may look a little different from week to week, but the end result is what we're looking for, right? We want it to be what it's been in the past at the end. The only way to get there is continuously working, putting ourselves in difficult situations, and working through the first 10 games so we can be good in the last 5.
Coach, talk about your quarterback situation going into the season. I understand you have a young man that's kind of stepping up.
It's no situation, right? You got to take what you got. It's high school football. If I could go out and get the guy that I wanted, it'd be a little different situation. But we're not in that market, right? We're not in that field. So what you have is what you have, and you work with what you got. So we have 2 guys that we feel confident about, we feel comfortable with. They're working. It's a group out there working right now that we got to get back to. But all in all, I'm excited about what he brings to the table. His enthusiasm about it, his willingness to do it. I think intelligence, right? Like football IQ is really, really high. So we can do some different things that puts us in a good position to kind of build on what we were last year to where we're going to go this year.
Coach, you guys had some big success last year. This year you got Phoebus again, right? How important are some of those games, especially once you get deeper in the season?
Don't get it twisted. Like, you like to win all your ball games, right? You want to win all of them. But the first 10 don't really matter, right? I've learned that going through this. You know, I guess as a younger coach, I would say, oh, you got to win them all. It makes a difference. It does. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like to win. I like winning more than I like losing. But the first 10, it's like practice, right? You got to get ready for the last 5. And if you can really execute the last 5, then you can be good. So if I can give you a history lesson, I would have been in Northern Virginia, different area, Woodbridge High School. You know, they had a guy, Lee Williams, a little running back. We were playing them. I think they finished the season 5-5 or 6-4, but they made a run in the playoffs. They made a strong run in the playoffs all the way to the state championship. They didn't win, but they made a run in the playoffs. And that taught me early in my career that the 10 are important. The 10 prepare you for the 5. You know what I mean? So you got to do as well as you can in the 10 to put yourself in position to host one of the 5 right? And then you kind of got to go from there. So you got to play as much football as you can, compete as much as you can, and then put yourself in a position to win the last 5.
Fellas, y'all get to consistently watch guys play on Sundays who've worn the jerseys that you're wearing. Red George came on, Wallace McCott back to that list goes on. What does that do for y'all developmentally, confidence-wise, when you're able to watch Springers alums play on Sundays? What does it mean to you individually?
I mean, they feel good. Yeah, the players in the NFL now, some of the coaches still around, so they develop us the same way we develop them. So we got the same tools they have, we got to execute and be better players than they was in high school.
I say it's motivation. It just shows the standard that we have at Highland Springs, another level of competition, like I said before. But those guys just give us motivation as younger guys to come back and teach us.
Yeah, it definitely gives us hope. Seeing McCott back like Greg Dortch, especially Greg Dortch being like a smaller guy, it gives us hope like anybody can do it. Like, so them from being from Highland Springs is definitely a big standard, and it definitely motivates us to be better.
Time for one more.
Devin, you're in a unique situation. Your dad's one of the coaches. I know Coach Johnson has gone through this with his sons. What's it like to play the game, be there on Friday nights, having your dad as a coach, and then having to go home and turn that off?
It's no different from being up there without his dad on the team. I get treated the same way as my teammates do. So it's really nothing different from anybody else on the team. I get coached just as hard, even harder, because I am his son. So it's not really different.
I'll talk to that just a little bit. The standard is the standard. It ain't no. One of my sons, I wrote a letter to him 2018, right before he became a Springer. And I just said, hey, we'll never sacrifice the integrity of the program for who you are and what your last name is, right? So the best example I could give to anybody, everybody in the room, we were playing Maury in the state semis during the COVID year. And my oldest son, he was pouting about something. I couldn't remember what he was pouting about. I can tell you, but I'm not. But he was pouting about something. And we were going to kick a field goal. We were trying to transition this really fast. It had to be a fast field goal, not much time left on the clock, trying to put the game out of reach, and he wasn't available because he was pouting. So when I actually found out who the person was that didn't allow us to go fast field goal, and he was the long snapper, the short snapper at that time, I broke the headset over his head. You know what I mean? So I got in trouble for that by the wife and a couple people in the stands. You understand where I'm coming from? But the standard is the standard. Like if you're gonna play, like we need you to play at a high level, and the expectations are extremely high. So that's kind of what it is. He said I might get coach hard. Now he does get coach hard by me, by everybody else. But Jaden's a second generation that was his brother played there. Devin his dad, Buddy his brother. And Katie, he's the only guy who doesn't have an older parent or older sibling that played at the school. So the standard is the standard. We're gonna try to keep it that way.